Hello friends, welcome to my channel DataMaking Software. In this video, we are going to discuss about how to access the open source workflow management system called Apache Airflow from our virtual machine, which is a development environment we built with many data engineering technologies. If you want this, you can enroll our free course and get this virtual machine. And please follow the description of this video to get the information. Let's get started. So you just have to import the VM and log into your VM, and either you can work on this desktop mode, it's like Windows desktop, or you can actually log in to get the VM IP address and go and use the put utility to log into the virtual machine. So this is another way. So first, to access the Apache Airflow. Apache Airflow is basically one of the Python package. We need to install that, and you can start using the workflow management. So it's basically writing scheduling your the big data jobs. Okay, so configuration code as a configuration or configuration as a code. That's what they claim in the Apache Airflow. So using a Python program, you can configure your big data jobs and run on your big data clusters, and you can monitor the jobs using the either respective big data components web UI dashboards, or even you can actually monitor the jobs in the Apache Airflow as well. Right. So now first what you need to do is basically we install the package called Apache Airflow on the Python virtual environment. We need to activate that virtual environment. So all our Python virtual environment is available in the home directory. In the home directory, you will find a folder called Python envs, and inside that you have two virtual environments. For Airflow, I am using DataMaking for Airflow I am using DM Airflow. For other things I am using DataMaking Python virtual environment. So there is a user called DataMaking. Inside that you have PV environments, and then we have DM Airflow. So how do you activate this? This source DM Airflow /bin/activate. So this will activate our Python virtual environment is called DM Airflow. Now we can launch so we need to start two things. One is a web server, the Airflow web server, and another is a Airflow scheduler to run our workflows configured in the Airflow. Okay, so for web UI, web service is enough. So what we need to do is we'll just have to run this command. So Airflow web server, Airflow space web server -p port. You can, by default it 8080 it runs, but 8080 I'm using for other applications. So I'm running on 8090. So I'll run this here. I will also open one more terminal to run the scheduler. For web UI, just to watch the web UI you don't need, but scheduler is must for running your the Python workflow, Airflow workflows. So we call it as DAG, direct acyclic graph. So DAGs, if you define a DAGs and if you want to run it, you need a scheduler. So I just launch here. So let's go to the PV environments and just the source activate it. Source DM workflow, DM Airflow, and bin activate. So this is running here. So if you just go to the web UI, so it's like 192.168. You can just go to 105 is my IP address ending with, and 8090. So this is the Airflow web UI. So user ID password is DataMaking. User is a DataMaking, and password also DataMaking. So if you sign in, you will have this. All the DAGs are nothing but workflows, right? Which will have the jobs to be run. So it can be a single job, it can be a multiple jobs based on your DAG complexity. So you see the scheduler does not appears to be running. So we can run it here, the scheduler. So if you want to run it on as a background process, you can use -d as to run it on a background thread. So let me run it here. So now we'll go and refresh here, that will go off. Okay, so we can, by default it uses the SQLite as a storing of metadata about our DAX and other information. They're saying for production you should not use SQLite, you can start using the other RDBMS like Postgres or MySQL. And also they are giving one more suggestion, by default it uses the sequential executor for the executing your DAX in a distributed way. So if you want to use it in a distributed way, they are asking you to use different executors, not the sequential executor. Okay, this is how you can actually use the, or you can start getting into the airflow in our virtual environment. So in the future video, we'll create a sample DAG and execute our jobs. It can be a simple Python job, it can be a simple shell script, or you can run a MapReduce job, or you can run a Spark job. So you can do a lot of things using Apache Airflow. This is one of the best open source workflow management system in the recent days, right? So in the future it may come different components, but at present Apache Airflow is one of the best workflow management system. Please make use of it, and if you have any queries or doubts and suggestion, please post it on this video description. I'm happy to help you. Thank you so much, friends.